Georgia Stegman Coliseum, home of the Dogs, getting ready to take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. Georgia trying to make it 3 consecutive 20-win seasons. And presently as a 10 seed. Georgia in white, Carolina in black. Mike Morgan, Pat Bradley with you here in Athens as the first shot is amazing. Johnson, he's got the ball at the top. Little two-man game with Walker. Swing pass, sets up an open three. Carolina loves to shoot him. They just would love to shoot him at minutes here. 27 minutes per game for Ellis. Ellis runs into a double, little fade and fire. Conference. Blue Kane lobs it down low to Surreal. Size mismatch there, and Surreal just muscles his way. Georgia's attention. Remember, these two teams met back in January. It was actually Georgia trailing Carolina as Michi gets his first bucket. They had to rally to defeat the Gamecocks back in Columbia. Three ball from the corner, 2 for 2 now for Catchings. The last 2 years have been tough sledding though, particularly in conference play. Ellis, straightaway three, that's his shot, and he will certainly screen for Blue Kane. Whips it into the corner to Smurf. Smurf, baseline, corner three is not threes. He's got 6, and the lead is 6 for Georgia. Knocks on the drive, great take, and a finish. Also trying to win 20 games for the 3rd year in a row. And that has only happened a few other times in Georgia history as well. Another three. Got to rub hips, right?
You got to rub hips, but you got to make sure he's set. Timing on that is
wide, 82% on the year. Dials up a couple. Carolina staying in. Of course, we all know who's at the top. That's Florida right now on the 2 line. Bama, Arkansas, Tennessee, not too far behind as Georgia has absolutely over, and they will pick your pocket. Really the only weakness as you see a beautiful pass by Justin Bailey, who would largest lead now for the Dogs. Inside and finding daylight is Grant Pope.
Been able to get to the free throw line. Offensively, they're a tough team. They've got some guys it's nearly impossible to stay in front of.
Absent, the backup big for this Georgia team. Now Blue Kane went on drive and kick, stepping into a three and hitting it. Johnson goes to work. Wide open three, K-Pitch splashes it home. 22-14.
Michi going a long way.
The Dogs have been sharing the wealth. Already a handful of players with a three. Kane passed up a three and instead goes right down Broadway. Confidence so much better than it was a couple weeks ago when he was really struggling from the perimeter. Foul drawn by Grant Pope.
Or I'm going to leave my man to kick out for an open three. It was the timing, spacing, and decision-making for Georgia. They've been able to do that all work, and they're physical at every position.
Pope delivers on the first free throw.
If they can just make shots, right? Because defensively, they're going to be able to stay in games. Just on the off
the front iron, and Kane reels in the rebound. Full throttle on the attack. Dishes and a two-hand slam by Kareem Stagg.
Too late, okay? And I realize that's what the press is supposed to do, and you can't give it up like that.
An easy turnover. Kane going to be called for a push-off. Yep. You see what they've done in wins this year. 38% from three. In losses, that mark is down by 11 points.
Fighting for his life.
Fighting for his life against Surreal. Now on the other end, Strong takes it right at the big man and gets the bucket, and then a technical. If you're Strong, who's going to be on the bench likely for a while, you also give a couple of free rim. Offensive rebound, Georgia. Carolina, the worst rebounding team in the SEC. They're -10 on the glass in league play. And then a hand check.
Right, those are your three, essentially your three big guys fighting. What's going against Georgia and their aggressiveness?
What a pickup Wilkinson has been for Mike White.
Yeah.
And this Georgia look. A lot of 4-out offense for Carolina. Ellis somehow gets in there. And he loves to year. The SEC would reign supreme in that category. Another turnover. A steal by Wilkins. Kane to Wilkins! This Mongolian Mike sinks the first free throw. 2 for 2. The lead is 10.
Yeah, and I think if they can get a little
Press has caused a lot of people problems this year. Everything that Georgia does this year, not
Same
again.
play.
Oh
Same
my
play.
goodness.
Bailey.
Inside, Knox is weaving his
from Kareem Stagg.
Stagg. Now it took a while, but eventually he fired up a shot and kissed it.
Carolina's defense wanted to see.
Yeah.
Before we send a double team, let's see if you can take somebody one-on. Dive in, flash in to the SEC logo, put your man on your back. And
Smurf falling and then drawing the averaging over 17 points a game, nearly single-handedly won it in Nashville against Vanderbilt the other night. Money's the best player in the SEC.
Yeah.
Not just freshman of the year, player of the year in the Southeastern Conference, the SEC network.
so to answer Fish's question, I'll give Florida the edge. How about that?
Florida the edge. Florida's won 8 in a row.
I'm telling you, Georgia is not letting Michi Johnson breathe.
Not at all. Ellis took it right in the tall timber and had it.
I don't think in
No.
the game earlier.
It's a flat-footed block. Butler with 2 seconds left hits it from 3. Jordan Butler just 23. The miss, the rebound to Georgia. Blue Kane tight ropes the baseline and does a beautiful job maneuvering his. Johnson downhill, stops, finds Walker. Over to Knox on a blow-by. Knox took it right at the big man and draws the foul. The dunk by Wilkins was number 171 on the season. That by far and away.
Advertisement working with Dunkin' Donuts, right? The Dunkin'
Well, I
Donuts.
think you should broker that. 15% goes your way, Pat Bradley. Suffocating defense so far. 2 seconds, 1 second. That's a 3, and that's a make. Smurf. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, SEC Indoor Track and Field Championships. Wow, Knox missing an empty trip. Georgia quickly down the other way, and 3 ball is good by Wilkinson. That is a. How quickly did that ball move up the floor? Michi all the way. No, but a 2-hand thump for Smurf. Around the screen, into the corner. 3 ball, Wilkinson knocks it down.
From up that 3-point line, go a long way.
Elijah Strong is back in the game for Carolina. Remember, we haven't seen him since he picked up the technical foul. Walker. Back to Surreal on the block, backing in, using that big upper body, and just spinning, turning. And Knox, skip pass. Over to Walker, inside, and there is the of Georgia's offense this year. We talked about the threes. Kane throws it up, Surreal, a little bit of a bobble initially on the alley-oop, and then just kisses. Strong can't find it. Georgia back on the attack. And that's exactly what number 1 in white does, attack. Future is bright for the 6'8" freshman Kareem Stagg out of Chesapeake at Neville Arena. LSU coming off a double overtime win at Ole Miss and snapped a gun to bottle up Michi Johnson. Johnson's only fired up 5 shots. He has just 1 field goal. He gets it here. Johnson, he must have heard me. 2% free throw shooter. Michi Johnson.
They all want Michi to come back. They say, yeah, Pat, we've had enough of you. One time around. That was definitely a breeze in the bill on that one. Okay.
Nice jump stop there by Mongolian.
Get the bigger Dylan James on him.
Michi on a blow by. Somehow rims off and then tapped in by Mongolian Mike. Point game. Again, these two teams met back in January. The favor here today. A 2-for-2 stop to the line. Wilkinson on Michi, mano a mano, and right between the eyes of Michi Johnson.
By you got to give him a little space and respect that.
A game high 14 for Wilkinson. Here's Johnson all the way. Johnson takes it right on two big.
An offense that allows for that driving lane straight to the hoop.
Michi Johnson now in double figures, and there is Surreal. Sopto has got a 7'6" wingspan and a heck of a catch radius, to use a football term, and there's Knox finding an easy bucket for a second consecutive NCAA tournament. That has not been done in quite some time. Breakaway, missing the dunk, but Ellis gets called for the foul. How do you attack it?
Well, you got to get the flasher, E.J. Walker, right there.
And there he has it. Finds Ellis on a three. Perfect. You called it, Pat. Carolina had its chances. Now Georgia quickly the other way. Numbers. Kane on the alley-oop. Yes. 30 for Georgia so far in this game. 7 blocks, alley-oop to Wilkins. Dipsy-do off the window and in. Another beautiful dish. Absent. Great ball movement. Sets up the three for Wilkinson. And then Michi with a put. Sondigo, bad pass, look out, below! Wilkins with a
human highlight
film. Baseline drive and a foul on Butler. Hey, they are so quick end to end. You mentioned live ball turnover. Live ball turnover vary. 2 for 2 at the line by the senior Justin Bailey. Carolina. Gamecocks have been a little bit sloppy with the passes and with the basketball. Another turnover and another easy bucket for the Dogs. Now for Georgia. Ellis stuck. Ellis throws up a little half hook shot. Okay.
He's fearless, man. He is fearless. He gets
for a Gamecock roster that might be improved. Another three for Georgia. That's a dozen, and that is
quicker shots. Maybe they wanted to, but Penn turned it over in the press.
This Georgia team trying to even up its conference record. Nice take by Michi Johnson. Michi, he likes the deep threes straight away. Blue Kane
running
full throttle, alley-oop. Ellis, another block. Michi with a much-needed three, and a timeout called by Lamont. That 96 team, by the way, led by Tubby Smith, made it to the Sweet 16, and in the second round knocked off the #1 seed Purdue Boilermakers. Their top 8 or 9 guys are expected to be back next year. You don't even have to sign any high school kids. You can just go in the portal as Surreal. James barreling in, missed it.
James is another guy that's been here a couple of years and has helped this program.
And even the ones he doesn't block, he alters so many shots because people know when #2 in white is around. Another alley, and there's the oop.
Go up for a shot, thus turning down a high percentage shot.
The ultimate rim protector. We got to shoot at least 35 from 3, which is not exactly a huge number. Here's another breakaway and another easy bucket. Johnson working on a 17-point game. Looking for 20 right here, and that'll do it. A 3-68 in the final 90 seconds of the game. And another dunk. Dylan James gives the rim a workout. It's not over. I see other opportunities for you to throw that his way. Another run-out bucket. Georgia's got 3 consecutive seasons now of 20 wins. Newell grabs a rebound to the trailed in this game. Impressive outing for a Georgia team coming off a tough loss at Vandy just 3 nights ago. Pat Bradley, some final thoughts.
I felt pace that they excel in, and it was just a complete 40 minutes by Georgia.
That'll do it for us again. Georgia winning it.